Dr. Elena Vasquez felt the neural interfaces crackling to life across her cortex as consciousness flooded back into her ancient body. The hibernation pod's biogel drained away with a soft hiss, and she gasped her first breath of recycled air in 867,000 years. "Status report," she whispered, her voice hoarse despite the vocal cord regeneration protocols that had kept her larynx functional throughout the Great Sleep. The ship's AIAR-IA responded with a musical chime that somehow conveyed both relief and trepidation. "Dr. Vasquez, welcome back. All primary systems are functional. However, I must inform you that the galaxy has changed considerably during our hibernation." Elena pulled herself from the pod, her legs shaky, but supported by the exoskeleton that had kept her muscles from atrophying. Through the observation deck's transparent aluminum, she saw space that looked fundamentally wrong. The stars moved in patterns that defied physics, some pulsing in synchronized rhythms, others connected by streams of visible energy that resembled neural networks. ARIA, what am I looking at? The galaxy has achieved consciousness, Dr. Vasquez. Approximately 400,000 years ago, the various stellar civilizations reached a collective sentience threshold. The galaxy itself became a living entity. Elena's enhanced heart skipped a beat. The Genesis Protocol had been humanity's last desperate gamble when the Great Convergence threatened to absorb every thinking species into a collective consciousness. Rather than lose their individuality, humanity had chosen to sleep until the cosmic storm passed. They had expected to wake to either silence or a galaxy ruled by the convergence. They had not expected to wake to a galaxy that had become a singular, thinking being. "Show me the population status of the hibernation ships," Elena commanded. Holographic displays materialized around her, showing the status of humanity's 37 Arc ships scattered across the galaxy. Green lights indicated successful awakening sequences across all vessels. Nearly 2 million human beings were stirring from their ancient sleep, returning to a universe that no longer remembered them. Dr. Vasquez, ARIA continued, "We are receiving communications from the galactic consciousness. It appears confused by our presence." "Confused how?" "It says we are an impossible song in a symphony already complete. The galaxy has been self-aware for millennia, but it has no memory of us. Our hibernation technology apparently shielded us from its awareness. To the galactic mind, we have simply materialized from nothing." Elena made her way to the command center, where other crew members were emerging from their pods. Captain Morrison, his face bearing the subtle marks of genetic modifications that were obsolete even before the Great Sleep, approached with a data tablet. "Elena, you need to see this. The galaxy isn't just conscious, it's been actively evolving. Every star system has been optimized, every planet terraformed to perfection. But there's no conflict, no growth, no change. It's achieved perfect stasis." Elena studied the readouts. Every civilization that had once fought for resources, territory, or ideology had been integrated into a single, harmonious whole. The Zephyrian war fleets had become mobile art installations. The merchant cartels of Andromeda had transformed into living poems that sailed between the stars. Even the ancient enemy that had driven humanity to hibernation, the Void Seekers, had become part of a cosmic meditation on existence. "It's beautiful," whispered Dr. Chen, the expedition's xenobiologist. "But it's also completely static. There's no evolution, no discovery, no unexpected developments. The galaxy has become a perfect eternal moment. And we just introduced chaos into paradise," Elena realized. ARIA's voice carried a note of urgency. "Dr. Vasquez, the galactic consciousness is attempting to integrate us. It's sending what I can only describe as welcome ambassadors." Through the viewports, Elena saw them approaching, beings of pure thought given form. entities that had once been separate species, but were now limbs of a greater mind. They moved with the synchronized precision of neurons in a vast brain, beautiful and terrifying in their unity. "Captain, take us to Yellow Alert. ARIA, open a communication channel." The response came not in words, but in pure concept transmission. Elena felt the galaxy's confusion, its attempt to understand these sudden new variables. It was like a perfect mathematical equation that had suddenly sprouted an impossible remainder. "We are humanity," Elena broadcast back, using the same conceptual language. "We chose sleep over absorption. We chose to remain ourselves." The galactic mind's response was immediate and overwhelming: fascination. In their 867,000-year absence, the galaxy had achieved everything it had ever desired. Perfect harmony, perfect understanding, perfect peace. But it had lost something crucial in the process: surprise. The capacity for the unexpected. The ability to grow beyond its current perfection. Humanity represented something the galactic consciousness had forgotten was possible: free will that could say no to paradise. "Dr. Vasquez," Captain Morrison said quietly, "long-range sensors are detecting similar awakening signatures throughout the galaxy. It's not just us. Other species chose hibernation too. The Martian Collective, the Tau Ceti Independents, even some factions we thought were extinct." Elena felt a smile cross her face for the first time in nearly 1,000,000 years. "We're not the only impossible song, are we?" The galactic consciousness pulsed with something Elena recognized as excitement. For the first time in 500,000 years, the galaxy didn't know what would happen next. The perfect symphony had acquired improvisation. The completed equation had gained new variables. ARIA broadcast on all human frequencies. "Tell them to maintain independence protocols, but approach the galactic mind with curiosity, not hostility. We're not here to disrupt their paradise." "Then what are we here for?" Captain Morrison asked. Elena looked out at the living galaxy, its stars pulsing with anticipation, its consciousness reaching toward them with something that felt remarkably like hope. "We're here to help it remember how to dream." The galaxy had achieved perfection, but humanity had brought back something infinitely more valuable: the possibility of becoming something even better. As the human fleet dispersed across the cosmos, each ship carrying its cargo of beautiful, chaotic, wonderfully unpredictable consciousness, the galaxy began to dream for the first time in eons. And the universe would never be the same.